Have you ever wondered who controls your internet? It's an intriguing query, isn't it? The internet is like a vast, invisible web, connecting us all, yet who holds the puppet strings? Many people think that it's the government, or maybe a single, powerful organization, but is that really the case? We're surrounded by misconceptions and myths when it comes to the control of the internet. The reality is far more complex and fascinating. The internet isn't a monolith that's controlled from a central location. It's a sprawling, decentralized network with many different players contributing to its operation. The truth is, the internet is not under the control of one entity, but is a collective effort of countless individuals, organizations, and systems worldwide. So, let's unravel this mystery together. Today we will dive into the complex and fascinating world of the internet. First things first, what is the internet? Picture this, a colossal network, a digital spiderweb spanning the globe. This is the internet, a global network of computers all linked together. But it's not just a simple chain, it's a complex, interconnected matrix. Each computer or node can communicate with any other, no matter how far apart they are. The internet is like a vast digital ocean where information flows like water. It's a universe, a cosmos of data, where every single piece of knowledge you could ever want to know is floating around, ready to be accessed. But how does this happen? How does information get from one computer to another? Well, imagine you're sending a letter. You write your message, put it in an envelope, write the address, and then you send it off. The postal service takes care of the rest, delivering your letter to its destination. The internet works in much the same way. When you type a website's address into your browser, you're essentially writing the address on an envelope. Your computer, or more specifically your browser, then sends that request through the internet. This request, or packet of data, travels through a series of networks until it reaches its destination, the server that hosts the website you're trying to reach. This server then sends back the information you requested, and voila, the website appears on your screen. This is all possible because of protocols, the rules that govern how data is sent and received over the internet. These protocols ensure that your data gets where it needs to go safely and efficiently. So the internet is not just a network of computers, it's a network of networks, a web of protocols and packets, servers and browsers. It's a digital ecosystem that allows us to communicate, to learn, to work, to play, to create. It's a testament to the ingenuity of the human mind, a testament to our desire to connect, to share, to understand. In essence, the internet is a vast, interconnected web of information, but who's pulling the strings? The backbone of the internet is what keeps it running. Picture an intricate network of roads or rail tracks that crisscross a vast landscape, connecting towns, cities, and countries. Now, replace those roads and tracks with servers, routers, and undersea cables, and you've got a rough idea of what the physical infrastructure of the internet looks like. Let's start with servers. These are essentially powerful computers that store and distribute data. They're the libraries of the internet, if you will. When you type in a website address or click on a link, your computer sends a request to a server, which then sends back the data your computer needs to display that website. These servers are scattered all over the world, housed in large data centers that keep them cool and secure. Next, we have routers. Think of these as the traffic cops of the internet. They direct data along the best possible routes, ensuring it reaches its destination as quickly and efficiently as possible. Every time you send an email, stream a video, or load a web page, that data is broken down into tiny packets, which are then sent on their way by routers. Last, but certainly not least, we have undersea cables. These are the highways of the internet, carrying data across oceans and continents at the speed of light. Believe it or not, over 99% of all international data is transmitted through these cables, which are about the thickness of a garden hose and lie thousands of feet beneath the ocean surface. These elements, servers, routers, and undersea cables, work together to transmit data across the globe, making the internet a truly global network. It's a marvel of modern engineering and a testament to human ingenuity. But physical infrastructure is nothing without the organizations that run it. So, who are the puppet masters pulling the strings of the internet? Let's delve into the world of the internet's controllers. First up are the Internet Service Providers, or ISPs. These are the companies that provide you with access to the internet. They own the infrastructure, the physical cables and wireless towers that connects your home or business to the rest of the online world. They're the gatekeepers, deciding how fast your internet connection is and how much data you can consume. Next, we have the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, or ICANN. This non-profit organization has a unique and crucial role. They manage the domain name system, which is like the address book of the internet. Every website you visit has a unique domain name, and ICANN ensures that each of these names corresponds to the right IP address. Without ICANN, finding your favorite website would be like searching for a needle in a digital haystack. On a global scale, there are international organizations that influence how the internet works. The World Wide Web Consortium, or W3C, is one of them. They develop standards that ensure all web pages can be read by any web browser, regardless of the device you're using. Their work is why you can access and interact with the web seamlessly, whether you're using a smartphone, a laptop, or a smart TV. Then there's the Internet Engineering Task Force. They're responsible for the internet's technical underpinnings. They develop and promote voluntary internet standards, particularly the protocols used in IP suites. Their work is why the internet, as a network of networks, can operate smoothly and efficiently. Finally, the Internet Governance Forum provides a platform for discussion about the internet's future and its impact on society. It's a place where governments, businesses, and civil society can come together to discuss public policy issues related to the internet. These organizations, in essence, control how we access and use the internet. But what about governments? Where do they fit in? In the grand scheme of the internet, governments play a significant role, yet their control isn't absolute. They regulate the internet within their jurisdiction, shaping the digital landscape through laws, regulations, and sometimes censorship. Take regulations, for instance. Governments can set rules that internet service providers must follow. These could relate to privacy, data protection, and net neutrality. Net neutrality is the principle that all internet traffic should be treated equally, without any discrimination or preference given to certain types of content. This principle is crucial in maintaining an open and fair internet, but its application varies across the globe, depending on the stance of individual governments. Now, let's talk about censorship. It's a word that often carries a negative connotation, and for good reason. Some governments exert control over the internet by limiting access to certain websites or platforms. This could be under the guise of maintaining social order, controlling the spread of misinformation, or other reasons. But in essence, it's a way for governments to control what information their citizens can access. However, it's important to remember that the extent of government control varies greatly from one country to another. In some places, the internet is a largely open and unrestricted space, while in others, it's heavily monitored and censored. That's why, as an internet user, you might experience different levels of freedom and restriction based on where you are in the world. But here's the catch. Despite these powers, governments don't own the internet. They can influence and regulate it, but they can't claim ownership. The internet is a global network, a collective product of countless computers, servers, cables, and satellites. It's beyond the reach of any single entity's control. So while governments can exert control, they don't own the internet. In conclusion, the internet is a complex system with many players. We've journeyed through its fascinating landscape, from its foundational structure to the entities that hold significant influence over its operation. We've seen how the internet, this vast global network, is essentially a confluence of countless smaller networks. We've also learned about the backbone of the internet, a network of high-capacity routes and nodes that enable the efficient data transportation we often take for granted. We've delved into the roles of the puppet masters, internet service providers, tech giants, and non-profit organizations, all of whom play crucial roles in managing the internet's infrastructure and protocols. We've explored the role of governments, for better or worse, in regulating internet usage within their jurisdictions, yet no single entity holds absolute control. It is an intricate web of collaboration and competition that keeps the internet running smoothly. So the next time you log on, remember the intricate web of control that allows you to surf the net.